Hey guys, my name is Kelly Jan. I am an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I want to come to you today and talk about some exciting things that maybe in the past for you have been a little bit scary or you've been unsure, and it's this word called compliance. You've been afraid to, oh my gosh, what can I do? What can't I do? What can I post? What can't I post? Can I do a side-by-side comparison picture? There's just been a lot of information that's come out from Plexus over the last even couple of years. And what's exciting is we were just on the Legacy Leaders Retreat cruise here in 2018. And we were told that we can actually do more than we think maybe we can. So I want to show you where you can find some of this information in your back office. I'm actually going to share my screen with you, which you actually are already looking at right now. I'm going to show you where you can find the information, and then we're going to dig in a little bit so that you can see exactly what you need to do to make your posts compliant. Now, if your posts still aren't compliant, you may receive a phone call or an email from Plexus asking you to remove posts, and that's going to be on any social media feed, whether that's Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, you name it. All of those things are monitored by the Plexus compliance team. But here's a place where you can see a couple of great tools that are going to help you navigate and make posts that not only are effective and wonderful with pictures and graphics and being able to tell your story, but it's going to let you to do it in a compliant way. So I'm going to turn my face over to my other screen so that I can share with you where these tools are found, and we're going to go through what they actually say. So what you're looking at right now, I've logged into my back office, and over on the left-hand side of the screen, you have these areas, and what you're going to see here is when you click on this little share button, the little, I don't know what you call that, but that's the share button, right? You're going to click on that, Sharing Plexus, and you're going to scroll down to where it says Tools. When you click on Tools, this is going to come up, Business Tools Shareables. And there is a drop-down box next to United States, and one of the choices is Compliance. You're going to want to choose that. And once you have, these two files are going to come up. One, Compliance Quick Tips Guide, and a guide to Plexus disclaimers. They sort of go hand in hand, so you're going to want to utilize both of them. I would recommend that you download them both onto your computer so that you can access them. If you have a team page, I would recommend that you save these, upload these as files onto your team page, and share this video as I'm going through this information. So here's where you find them, and let's from here we're going to go look first. We're going to sort of switch back and forth to these two files. Let me find where they are. Okay. So here is the Plexus Compliance Quick Tips. We're going to go through each one of these sections, and when it gets down to the bottom about the disclaimer, we'll switch over to the disclaimer file. So the first thing is product claims. So product claims is what we're going to talk about first. So the first thing, and I know everyone here can read, so I'm not going to read all of this for you, but this is when you're talking specifically about the products. You want to be accurate, so you don't want to be making up some type of crazy information. We all probably already know about don't make drug or disease claims, so we're not saying things that would make anyone think that Plexus can cure any type of disease, so we're not using words like diabetes or fibromyalgia or IBS or things like that, migraines. We're not going to guarantee results, so we're not going to say things like, if you take Plexus, I can guarantee you that you're going to feel 1,000,000 times better, or things like that. I promise you'll be sleeping like a baby. Things like that we can't say. And really, here's the big thing, guys. Use your corporate Plexus materials. Look at the shareables. Look at the wording that's used in the brochures. Go to My Plexus Print. Read it, look at the catalog, see what types of words and descriptions, the claims, see what's being used on those materials. All of that is compliance approved. But here's the caveat, guys. You have to use the FDA disclaimer anytime you talk about the benefits of our product. So we're going to swap over to the disclaimer guide and take a look at what that looks like. Okay. So I'm using this pen. This is a new thing for me here. Okay, so the disclaimer guide. Let's let that load. And we're going to talk about the FDA disclaimer. This is what you need to use when you are talking about the product specifically. So if you're talking about ease or triplex or block, here is the disclaimer right here. And the cool thing about this is when you upload this into your computer, you can copy and paste this statement. You don't have to worry about retyping it and getting it incorrect. So I would suggest that in the notes section of your phone, you have these different disclaimers copied and pasted. So it's super easy for you to go and do it because you're going to want to start to use these with every post that you make that are specific to Plexus so that you are being compliant. So let's just read it. This statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. So if you're wondering, like, well, when do I use something like this? So let's look. So this is going to be used anytime we're talking about a claim about a product. If you are not sure if it's a claim that you can say, think about where is it coming from? Is it being lifted and used? Are you using words that would be used on our website, in our brochures? Of course, then you can use it, but you still want to use the disclaimer. And here is an example, a great example. Just tried Plexus Edge. I love having healthy, sustained energy all day long. I managed to clean my entire house in no time at all without taking a single break. Now, if you see right here, this little asterisk, then that is what compliance lets us know, that then that underneath that where we put the disclaimer. So I'm going to actually go from here. In just a few minutes, I'm going to go to a post that Plexus just made today that shows you a great example of this. All right, so now let's go back to the compliance brochure. And let's look at weight loss claims. So again, you want to be accurate. You don't want to guarantee results and you want to make sure that you're setting reasonable expectations. Everybody's different. Everyone's body is different. You don't want to make substantial weight loss claims. So if someone has lost something crazy like 30 pounds in 2 weeks, we can't put that out there, guys, because that's not something that's typical and that's not something that can be expected by everyone. Now, you can say that someone has lost 30 pounds, but we can't say in 2 weeks, okay? Or we can say that someone's been taking the Plexus products for 2 weeks and show 2 side-by-side pictures, but we can't say they lost 30 pounds. Does that make sense? You got to be careful about how you're putting things together. And again, you want to use the weight loss disclaimer. So let's look and see what that looks like. So one thing you may not know is we can only make a weight loss disclaimer for the products that we have substantiated claims that do aid in weight loss. And those are Slim and Triplex. So here are the disclaimers. Again, you guys can read. This talks about Slim. And this is Slim microbiome activating, so the XOS Slim. And then this is the one for Triplex, again with the microbiome. So when can we use that? Well, if you're making a claim, then you want to make sure that you've got the disclaimer there. And again, all of this information is in your back office. It's on this document. It tells you exactly when to use it. And it also shows you an example of how you're going to put that disclaimer on your post. Now, one of the things that's not compliant, which is really a thing to look at, guys, is this piece about inches being lost. So where it says a warning right here, I already talked about substantial amounts of weight being lost in a short amount of time. So we talked about how to handle that. But here it is, because someone can lose weight but not inches off their body and vice versa, claims about inches lost by using the products are not substantiated and they're considered non-compliant. So you really want to be careful about saying, I took the triplex combo and lost 20 inches. Because that's not something that's substantiated by research. Can it happen? Absolutely. But again, that's where those pictures can do the storytelling for you without you having to say it, okay? So you can see here the example that Plexus gives us in the brochure. All right, so now let's go to the last one, the income portion. Income claims. Again, be accurate. Don't make guarantees. Don't exaggerate, guys. You want to use the the average income sheet that Plexus provides for us. Show what the average income is for a silver ambassador, a gold ambassador. If you went emerald like I did in 12 months, that's not necessarily the average amount of time that it takes. But on that, the income disclosure chart, it does say the average time it takes for people to go emerald, for people who went emerald, is X amount of time. You can say that, and you can maybe even say something like, I beat the average. Okay, so you just need to be careful about the words that you're using. You don't want to make misleading claims by saying things like, Plexus will replace your income. Now, what I could say is that when I went emerald, based on this chart, that replaced the income that I made at my job, and I was able to make the decision to walk away. When you make a blanket statement like Plexus is going to replace your income, you have no idea how much money people make. Or when you say things like, you know, Plexus is going to make your house payment. Well, I don't know if your house payment is $500 a month or $50,000 a month, right? There's a huge range, and you want to be careful. But again, there is a income disclaimer that you need to use when you're talking about the income and the business opportunity with Plexus, and here it is. So Plexus makes no guarantees of income or profit you may earn as a Plexus ambassador. Your success depends on your effort, commitment, skill, and leadership abilities, and how effectively you exercise those qualities. Please see the Plexus annual income disclosure statement right there, guys. So anytime you're talking about forms of compensation, any claims that talk about the lifestyle that comes along with Plexus, like if I were going to be posting about getting my car with Plexus or a bonus that I receive with Plexus, so maybe some of you who are working towards a rank, and so if you get your bonus and you're so excited about it, this would need to be something that you put as part of your post, this disclaimer. If you worked towards the legacy cruise and you earned it, and you were posting things about getting to go on this free cruise, thank you, Plexus. Again, this is the disclaimer that you're going to need to put with your post. So you want to use this disclaimer. So here's an example. With Plexus, I was able to sign my daughter up for dance lessons, something she's been dreaming for years. Then you've got the disclaimer there. So I do want to go and show you the example of the post that Plexus posted today. And of course, where is it? Oh, here we go. Okay, so if you're part of the Plexus Ambassador community, if you're not, I would highly recommend that you join. But they came out with 2 new welcome packs today that are part of the Way to Earn incentive that's going on right now. And there are two new $199 welcome packs. Right now in Plexus, with $199 welcome packs, you're getting paid your pay points right away. So that's a slight change in the compensation plan. So really all of this is around money, contests, comp plan, the business side of Plexus. So here you see it. Drum roll, please. We're excited to announce the brand new welcome packs, da 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 da. And then at the bottom, again, here you see it. Here's that disclaimer. Even Plexus makes the same disclaimer for Plexus ambassadors who we're in a private group. We know all this stuff, but they still have to do it to stay compliant, even for themselves. I love it that Plexus holds themselves to the same standards that they want us to be held to. So here you go. Plexus makes no guarantees on income. Please see the statement. So, guys, if they're doing it, we need to do it. We need to hold ourselves to that same standard. If you have questions, you need to reach out to your next level growing upline. If you need to know if something is compliant or not, I'm going to put a link in the comments of an email that's now specially dedicated for those questions. Now, compliance@plexusworldwide.com is still an email address that works, but there is another email address that's been added, and I want to make sure that I put that link for you guys in the comments. Again, if you have questions, reach out to your upline, but I'm glad that I was able to share this information with you today. All right, bye guys.